Welcome to My Daily Thread. It's a great little place to get a snippet of wisdom from the yoga and the meditation masters to start or to end your day. I'm Jeff Lichty. All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. My Daily Thread, looking for that snippet of wisdom. Still using the word snippet, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll change it. Maybe we won't, but there'll be some swag to be had. We have been talking about the kleśas in the Patañjali Yoga Sūtras. Klesha being that word that describes an embedded affliction. It's something that is deeply rooted in our human consciousness, something that exists there without really any explanation, but is in all of us, regardless of our class and our race and our culturing, our family of origin, all of those things. And so with the kleśas, there's the word avidyā, which is ignorance, and that is the root. That's the chief one. It's the field, as they say in the sutras. It's the field from which all of the other ones grow. Now, the last couple days we were taking up rāga and dveṣa. Rāga meaning this clinging or an attachment to pleasure, and we go after that. Dveṣa meaning an aversion, and it's an aversion to dukkha or pain. Tomorrow we take up the last one, which is abhiniveśa. But today I want to go back to Swami Hariharananda Ranya's Yoga Philosophy of Patañjali. It contains the commentary by Vyasa, which is in Sanskrit, which I can't really read, but they do give me some good English commentary on that. And really, it's just another marvelous text, another way to deepen our understanding. When we go through the Yoga Sutras, really, this whole Yoga Sutra thing, it is like any real text that's got some meat to it. It is something that can be studied over and over again, that you can pull back another layer. You can find another deeper, meaningful interpretation that applies directly to your life, or just is written or formed in a way that just makes sense wherever you're at on a specific day. I think that's the thing with all of these perennial philosophies. They have to have some depth. Depth that transcends time. Depth that transcends culture. Depth that really helps us wherever it finds us in our daily life. So from Swami Hariharananda, when we talk about rāga, here's what is said in his translation. It's the desire, and I'm going to give a little bit of Jeff's commentary within the commentary. So, you know what? It's never his fault. It's always mine for misinterpreting. There you go. We know. But here it is. Rāga, remember, rāga, that attachment. It's the desire or the thirst for pleasure, or hankering after pleasure, or the means leading up to pleasure, which is entertained by one who has experienced pleasure and has an inclination to it. This is called rāga, or attachment. So rāga results from the remembrance of pleasure. Ooh, that's interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with pleasure, friends. Let's go after the pleasure. But remember, it's the attachment to it. It takes us away from being in the present moment because we're remembering this is what pleasure is. Oh, I want to hang on to that. It's this grasping. That's what the rāga is. In pleasure, we somehow link our self, and I mean capital S self, with the senses and the objects of our senses. That's the problem here. Ooh, I was hoping this was going to make it easier. I don't know if I've done that. Okay, we got to move along. Let's talk about dveṣa. Dveṣa the kleśa. Yeah. So aversion is the feeling of opposition. We oppose the pain and the intensity that occurs in our life. And again, here's what Hariharananda has to say with it, with a little Jeff commentary. Mental disinclination, the propensity to hurt and anger towards misery or objects producing the misery. We recall what misery we've had in the past and we resist or oppose it. So whether it's an object or a person, there is a natural desire to retaliate or to resist further pain. Dveṣa, the kleśa. Rāga and dveṣa, none of it is bad stuff, but we're going to need to learn to manage it. Stuck in rāga, going after pleasure all the time, that's addiction. Stuck in dveṣa, fearing everything, that's misery. That's just complete misery. The fear of life, anxiety. So to my mind, there's a lot of rāga and dveṣa in our world, and we need some yoga or some practices to help us get through that. And today, if nothing else, just have a little reflection on that. What am I really attaching to? How am I clinging to pleasure in my life? And how am I avoiding intensity? How am I pushing it back, resisting it, so I don't have to feel that thing, whatever that is? I often tell my son, and I'm only telling him because I need to know it more myself, we can do hard things. That means we can step away from things that we think are pleasurable. It means that we can learn to lean into things that are intense. Okay, my friends, as always, thanks for listening, sharing your time with me. You are much appreciated. Om. Peace out. Okay, today was the day we were going to pick a new word for snippet, but I think we're a little bit behind with folks, so I'm going to give you a few more weeks. Just shout me out your favorite word instead of snippet. I actually still quite like snippet. Zig and I were talking last night. Snippet's a good word, but I also like a few of the other ones that have come in. All right, send me your best and I will send you some swag. Peace out.